Hello, friends. Kate Mura with Group Tarot here, recording a tarot forecast for February 2025. And before we get into what the cards have to say, in front of me, I have Cirque de Tarot or Tarot de Carnaval by 78 artists. I have Sovereign Oracle cards by Sasa. I'm not sure how Teresa Pridemore has just changed her name, and I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it. Along with the artist expansion pack, I have some charms, and uh, I have, just in case in case anything else wants to come out, I have um, Modern Witch Tarot by Lisa Sturl, the classic universal weight, and the little um, proof of concept for the theater oracle. But before we start, I pulled a couple sovereign oracle cards and ground came up. So let's do a little grounding together. And there are lots of ways to ground from lots of different traditions throughout the world. Feel free to do one that speaks to you and your culture. Feel free to follow along with me. Notice where you are and where your body is in the world. And if you need to do any micro or macro movements and adjustments to get comfortable, to be able to find stillness for a few moments, whether that's fixing your clothes or bra straps, dealing with that itch, trying out a few different positions before you settle in on one. And notice how much effort or energy it took to come to a place of stillness. And if you come back to this video time and time again, you'll notice that how you come back to a place of center, stillness will change, may change. Bring your attention to your breath. And as you're following the breath, in and out of the body, nourishing with oxygen, exhaling carbon dioxide. Let that breath expand out, your awareness expand out to your body, your skin, your pores, all of them, the thousands and thousands. And bring your attention to your pelvis, your sits bones, the energy centers of your feet, wherever it is you are contacting ground. And send roots down into this good earth, our only home. Maybe those roots are going down through your sits bones or tailbone. Maybe they're going down through your heels or the balls of your feet. Maybe they're going down through your shoulder blades or the back of your head. Maybe they're going down through multiple places. You have multiple roots, or maybe you're just one big, thick, flexible root going down through whatever structure supports you, through the dirt and topsoil that support you, through all of the stories of all of the peoples and animals, green bloods that have come before you on this place, down deep into the earth, through hidden aquifers, rock, until your root or roots touch the magma core of this good earth. And miraculously, our roots can touch that magma core without being burned. And we can pull up that iron and fire rich energy through our root, through the earth, through the structures, into our bodies, filling us, allowing that magma heat to burn away anything that does not serve us, anything that is not for our best good, beautiful, equitable, ethical, sustainable, timely. And feel this tree that you are turning into grow branches and reach those branches wide and up, up, up through the sky, through the ozone, up into space, reaching up until those branches find contact with star energy and drawing down that star or unknown, ineffable light energy down through your branches into your body, letting that swirl and swirl with the magma core energy swirling between your toes, making constellations of your toenails and fingernails. And release back up to the sky, to the heaven, remaining energy. Release back down into the earth, that magma core, remaining energy. And if your eyes were closed, allow them to just gently flutter open. Maybe take a moment to daydream about what you hope and dream and desire for February and beyond. The founder of La Mama, theater company in New York, was interviewed a while ago, and I've looked for this interview, and I saw this interview in a video, so I know it exists, and I have not been able to find it again. So if you happen to be able to find this video or know the one of which it speaks, or are from La Mama and have the archival footage that you would be willing to share, uh, please do so in the links below, or if it's copyrighted, um, just let us know, like. And in this interview, she talks about how, from her perspective, and I agree with this, that the epidemic we have to fear the most in the United States, and I think also the world, is the epidemic of losing our imagination, of losing our ability to dream and daydream and envision another world, a better world, a more beautiful, equitable, and ethical, sustainable world. Or as Matthew Reynolds would say, the new. And I'm sure there are many other people who say it in different ways, and share them in the comments below because we are not alone. And so as we look at what February 2025 has for us, can we also do something every day to activate our imagination? Even if that is 2 minutes of daydreaming out the window of what you want your garden to look like, or what it will be like when you're able to build a garden out of the rubble that is currently your backyard. Whatever your truth, is in these times that we are all living through, can you take that moment to have that imagination, to activate that daydream without judgment, just letting it be? So you may have noticed that while I was shuffling, three cards stuck to my fingers: the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Page of Wands for our February 2025. There's also another quote from an abolitionist whose name I am also failing to conjure in this moment. So if you know who said this, also toss it in the comments below and I will try to find it to be able to add it in the comment section. That we are, we who are living now, are living the science fiction that the enslaved peoples dreamed of, imagined. And I'm sure it was an Afro-futurist author I was reading a while ago, but so what is the science fiction, the fantasy, the dream that you want to live in, that you want to embody? Because with the Seven of Cups, this February, we're going to have a lot of choices. And we're going to have a lot of um, different teas to try, literally and metaphorically, and a lot of teacups to drink out of. You may find, because the practical is magical and the magical is mundane, that some days you might want to be drinking out of one particular mug. Today, when I was getting my tea, I really wanted these springtime flowers and the bright pink of the tea I'm drinking. I wanted this bright pink energy just as much as I wanted the holy basil. And so listen to those things in yourself as you're making decisions, um, those emotional watery places. For those of y'all who have attended either group tarot sessions or the tarot show, you'll know that at the end, when we are taking our messages with us, I invite everybody to put that message that you're carrying away with you into something. And one of those options is putting it into something that you are eating or drinking so that you can then literally ingest that message later. And so that's something that might be some potent magic or just mundane work and a good psychological reminder for you this February. And the Queen of Cups, like, we got a lot of water and a lot of energy and a lot of feelings. This is also a lot of healing and a lot of compassion and empathetic listening, spilling the tea, sharing your story, listening to people who are spilling their tea and believing them. Or if you don't believe them, have true inquisitive reasons why, rather than, oh, I've never experienced anything like that, so therefore it can't be true. because that's just playing into our own confirmation bias. And there are infinite experiences out here in the world that are full of nuance and cups, water, emotion help us hear those nuances, help us feel those ripple effects in ourselves and in others, help us lead from and with love and compassion, even when it's hard. And the Page of Wands, which is a really lovely energetic balance for February 2025 because it's fire. And so fire and water come together and they get steam. So how can we have both of those elemental energies in balance within ourselves, within our communities? How can we keep our eyes and our energy focused on what it is that we need, want, and desire in the world so that that focus, that vision, that daydream, that intention remains a through line and a connection point, even when we find ourselves having a lot of options, having almost too many choices. We can come back to our personal goals, our personal vision, our equity lens, and say, does this fit does this align with the best world I'm working for, or does it not? Does it align with with your mission, vision, and values, or does it not? And then you can pick and choose. You can listen to what your body says. My body did not want caffeine this morning. That was very clear. As for like what herbal tea my body did want this morning, that was a little more mercurial, but then the like magenta pink was like, this is the energy. I'm like, okay, I'll trust that. It comes in different ways and we can be surprised by it. When For those of you who are patrons, you'll already know that I during during the liminal time after Christmas, end of December, beginning of January, where Omen days are traditional through many parts of the British Isles and Caitlin Matthews. There's a whole thing about that that I will link to below so that you can learn more about that. Um, that inspired me to use a similar structure, but uh, with the theater oracle. And what was chosen for February from the theater oracle is the chain motor. And for anybody who is watching this who is not theater related, I would love to know what you thought this was, because it's not even like a super normal chain motor for those of us in the theater world. Like when I'm ground rigging at the Moda Center, these are not the chain motors, type of chain motors that we are using, sort of thing. So super curious to hear from you, like what you think that is without having any context of what it is, since of course oracle cards are also so much about um, tying into your intuition and listening to those first things that come up and not censoring them, but just accepting them and allowing them to come in and through. And later on, like figuring out, oh, yeah, that was really on point. Oh, no, not at all. Um, and so the chain motor, this is a card that, along with the Seven and Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands, is also reminding us that we don't have to do all of the heavy lifting alone. There are tools at our disposal. We can and should use them for the health of ourselves, our bodies, our communities. Trying to lift super heavy things by yourself is a recipe for injury. And as we look towards the um, the long game, the long goals, the visions and dreams for 7 generations ahead, we want to have some longevity with our lives, with our bodies. At least I want you to have some longevity with them. Maybe you don't want that for yourself. Maybe I'm projecting that onto you because I want that for you. I want you to be healthy and whole. I want you to drink and sample from many different places in this life. I want you to lead with love and compassion, to welcome people into your heart, your home, your tent, and to share what you have when and as you can in beautiful, sustainable ways to keep that eye on the horizon. And that's what's coming through for February 2025. I hope this helps. I hope that you find all of the ways to stay grounded and present within yourself, your body, your communities, because another world is possible, and we pledge to make it real. Have a beautiful day.